49ers faithful. It has been an electrifying week leading up to the divisional round NFL playoffs, and the buzz around San Francisco is absolutely justified. The Niners delivered a thrilling performance against the Eagles in the Wildcard round, proving yet again that they are a team built on resilience, grit, and a collective will to fight until the very end. While much of the focus has been on the stars of the roster, yesterday's win highlighted the power of contributions from players whom many might have overlooked at the start of the season. It is this depth, this readiness to step up in critical moments, that defines the character of this 49ers squad. From unexpected defensive standouts to tactical plays that caught their opponents off guard, San Francisco showed that they're a team capable of thriving under pressure. One of the narratives emerging from that game revolves around the possibility of reinforcing the defensive line heading into the matchup against the Seattle Seahawks. The conversation around the Niners potentially adding a pass rusher has gained traction, particularly with the news that Darrell Taylor, previously with the Texans, is now available. Taylor, a second-round pick in 2020, possesses the physical attributes the 49ers value in a defensive end, standing 6 feet 4 inches and weighing 267 pounds. His journey has included stints with multiple teams, including the Seahawks earlier in his career, and his experience in various defensive schemes makes him an intriguing candidate for bolstering San Francisco's pass rush. While there is recognition that his prior experience in Seattle may not offer precise tactical insights due to the changes in coaching staff and coordinators, his overall pass rushing ability and familiarity with high-level competition certainly add a layer of strategic depth to the conversation. Taylor's career production, although experiencing a recent decline, remains notable. Across multiple seasons, he demonstrated the capacity to generate consistent pressure on quarterbacks, with career-high sack totals signaling his potential impact when given the right opportunity. His time under defensive minds like DeMeco Ryans in Houston could translate effectively to the 49ers system, as Ryan's coaching philosophy aligns with San Francisco's approach to defensive discipline and quarterback disruption. Despite having played in only a limited number of games this season due to injuries, Taylor's past performance, size, and adaptability make him a piece that could complement the Niners' already formidable defensive line. As San Francisco prepares for the divisional round, the addition of a player with his skill set could prove critical in providing fresh legs and targeted pressure against the Seahawks offense that will be looking to exploit any weaknesses. Beyond the potential additions to the roster, the wildcard victory against the Eagles highlighted the emergence of unexpected heroes. Eric Kendricks, who joined the team relatively late in the season, stepped onto the field with poise and precision, immediately making an impact that belied his limited time with the Niners. Covering over 70 snaps, contributing 10 tackles, and successfully limiting yardage in coverage, Kendricks showcased the blend of preparation and instinct that has become a hallmark of San Francisco's defensive philosophy. His ability to seamlessly integrate into the system and deliver under the high stakes of playoff football speaks volumes about both his personal preparation and the coaching staff's capacity to optimize talent rapidly. Alongside Kendricks, Garrett Wallow made an equally impressive mark at his first start since 2022. Claimed off waivers late in the season, Wallow seized the opportunity, leading the team with 11 tackles and a key pass breakup. These two linebackers combined for only a couple of missed tackles, a stark contrast to earlier struggles the team faced at the position. Their performance underscores a critical truth. The 49ers' depth is not merely a collection of role players, but a dynamic roster of athletes capable of stepping into significant roles when called upon. In the intense environment of the playoffs, where every snap carries weight, the emergence of players like Kendricks and Wallow can turn the tide in closely contested games, providing the balance and support needed to complement the team's stars. The defensive backfield also saw unexpected contributions, most notably from rookie Maris Siegel. Initially relegated to special teams after a rocky start to his season, Siegel demonstrated remarkable adaptability when called upon to fill in for injured starters. Against the Eagles, he recorded 7 solo tackles, a reception limited to 8 yards, and maintained a coverage grade that ranked second among all defenders on the team. His ability to perform at a high level in a playoff atmosphere highlights not only his individual talent, but also the 49ers' coaching approach, which emphasizes readiness, situational awareness, and the capacity for all players to contribute meaningfully when opportunities arise. These performances collectively paint a picture of a team where preparation meets opportunity, and where depth and adaptability can define success in the postseason. Turning toward the upcoming clash with the Seahawks, the scenario is both complex and promising. Historically, defeating the same opponent twice in one season presents challenges, and the Niners face the additional hurdle of traveling across the country to Seattle on a short week after the high-intensity win in Philadelphia. Yet, past encounters have shown that San Francisco's defense can contain one of the league's most productive offenses, holding the Seahawks to only 26 points combined over 2 games this season. The task ahead demands precision, focus, and perhaps tactical adjustments informed by the performances of recent breakout contributors. The combination of strategic planning, physical readiness, and the potential roster adjustments, such as the addition of a player like Taylor, could provide the edge needed to overcome the inherent difficulties of this matchup. Offensively, the Niners will need to maintain consistency while navigating the defensive schemes that Seattle will bring. Although the discussion often centers on the defensive side of the ball, the offense's ability to control tempo, protect the quarterback, and capitalize on scoring opportunities will remain crucial. In playoff football, where each possession carries amplified significance, balanced contributions from both units determine the outcome more than individual highlights. San Francisco has demonstrated resilience in facing adversity, and their recent performances suggest a team capable of sustaining competitive intensity throughout the contest. Looking back at the Wildcard victory, several moments stand out as turning points. The Niners' defensive strategy applied consistent pressure without relying solely on high sack totals, highlighting discipline and scheme execution. Meanwhile, players who had previously been in supporting roles stepped up to make crucial stops and prevent critical yardage gains. This ability to extract performance from the entire roster reflects the team's broader philosophy, where every player, from starters to backups, is expected to contribute, adapt, and elevate the team in pivotal moments. The playoffs are unforgiving, and San Francisco's approach demonstrates an understanding of the value of depth, preparation, and situational awareness in achieving postseason success. As we shift our focus fully toward the divisional matchup against the Seahawks, it is impossible to ignore the strategic and physical nuances that will define this game. The Seahawks, coming off a bye week after earning the top seed, will be well-rested and highly motivated. Yet that rest can also bring rust if the team does not adjust quickly to the pace of playoff football. For the Niners, the challenge is twofold: maintaining the intensity that carried them to victory over the Eagles, while also adapting to the travel and timing of a short week game. The preparation will be meticulous, down to the finest details of film study and situational drills, ensuring that each player knows their assignments and is ready to execute at the highest level. San Francisco's coaching staff, led by an experienced head coach with a reputation for strategic adjustments, will need to blend preparation with improvisation, giving their athletes the tools to respond dynamically to whatever the Seahawks present on the field. Defensively, the Niners' approach must balance aggression with discipline. The Seahawks' offensive weapons are diverse and capable of explosive plays, but San Francisco has demonstrated a capacity to neutralize big threats when players communicate effectively and trust the system. The combination of veteran leadership and recent breakout performers creates a multifaceted unit that can adjust to motion, shifts, and quarterback reads. Players like Eric Kendricks and Garrett Wallow have set the tone in recent games, and their ability to anticipate routes, fill gaps, and make open field tackles will be critical. The defensive line, potentially augmented by a player like Darrell Taylor, could provide a renewed edge in pass rush, complementing the interior pressure already applied by the team's starters. Taylor's ability to set the edge, leverage his size against opposing linemen, and disrupt the pocket could create crucial opportunity for the linebackers and secondary to capitalize, tipping the balance in high-stakes moments. On the offensive side, execution under pressure will be paramount. The Niners' playmakers have consistently demonstrated versatility, capable of producing in both passing and rushing scenarios. Quarterback decision-making, combined with the offensive line's protection schemes, must hold up against the Seahawks' defense that is aggressive and opportunistic. Every third down conversion, every red zone attempt, and every time of possession battle will carry outsized importance in a playoff setting. The Niners' offensive philosophy, which emphasizes both patience and calculated aggression, will be tested as the Seahawks attempt to force errors and create turnover opportunities. A balanced attack, incorporating both run and pass effectively, will be essential to maintain rhythm and control the tempo, ensuring that the defense has time to rest and stay fresh for pivotal moments. Special teams will also play a decisive role in the outcome. In playoff football, where margins are razor-thin, field position, coverage consistency, and situational kicking can swing momentum dramatically. San Francisco has shown adaptability and focus in this phase of the game, with players who understand their responsibilities and can execute under pressure. A single long return or a key punt coverage stop could alter field position sufficiently to give the offense a manageable drive, or conversely, force the opposing team into difficult circumstances. The coaching staff will undoubtedly emphasize the importance of every play, reminding players that in the playoffs, even a seemingly minor lapse can have major consequences. Beyond the tactical and technical elements, the mental preparation of the team will be critical. The Niners have already demonstrated resilience in overcoming adversity, from injuries to mid-season acquisitions that required rapid integration into the system. Players like Maris Eagle have illustrated the capacity of the roster to rise to the occasion, stepping into roles under pressure and performing at a level beyond expectations. That mindset, believing that each game, each play, and each individual effort matters, will carry into Seattle. Mental toughness, composure under duress, and the ability to adapt on the fly are as important as any physical metric, and the Niners' preparation in these areas will likely be a deciding factor in a contest that promises to be both intense and closely contested. Meanwhile, the contributions of depth players cannot be understated. The performances of recent breakout players suggest a roster where readiness and opportunity intersect effectively. Linebackers, safeties, and rotational defensive linemen have all shown they can influence outcomes when called upon. Their development throughout the season and their ability to perform under playoff conditions gives the Niners an advantage in personnel flexibility. It allows the coaching staff to make in-game adjustments without losing performance quality, whether that involves rotating fresh legs, changing coverages, or modifying blitz schemes. These nuances may ultimately define the difference between a tightly contested game and a decisive victory. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Tensions between the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles seem to be reaching a boiling point, and the latest comments from Deebo Samuel are only fanning the flames. In a series of pointed remarks, the star 49ers wide receiver didn't hold back, accusing the Eagles' defense of crossing the line and deliberately trying to injure players. "They're dirty," Samuel said, hinting at what he described as repeated attempts to play dangerously rather than just competitively. While emotions often run high in the NFL, this accusation has sparked speculation that the rivalry between the two teams could be turning personal. Sources close to the 49ers locker room suggest that Samuel's teammates are frustrated with what they see as aggressive, borderline reckless behavior from the Eagles on the field. Analysts are now questioning whether this tension could affect gameplay, with whispers of potential retaliatory strategies surfacing among insiders. On the Eagles' side, officials and players have remained tight-lipped, but the absence of a clear denial has done little to calm the swirling rumors. Some insiders speculate that Philadelphia's defensive coordinators might view the aggressive tactics as part of a calculated plan to intimidate opponents, though critics argue that it risks sparking serious injury and escalating an already heated rivalry. Social media has also been a wildfire of speculation, with fans debating whether this is simply posturing or a sign of a deeper rift between the teams. Historically, clashes between these franchises have been intense, but Samuel's remarks suggest a new level of personal animosity. Teammates reportedly rally around the idea that protecting their star players may become a priority, and some suggest this could influence not just the on-field strategy, but also the tone of future matchups. Sports commentators are now openly speculating. Is this the beginning of one of the NFL's nastiest rivalries in recent memory? Or is this just a heated exchange that will cool as the season progresses? For now, all eyes are on the next encounter between the two squads, as speculation grows that every tackle, every hit, and every play could carry an edge that goes beyond standard competitive fire. Whether this tension will escalate into something more dramatic or settle as another chapter in the NFL's long history of rivalries remains a hot topic of debate among fans and insiders alike. One thing seems certain. The rivalry between the 49ers and Eagles has entered a new, unpredictable phase, and Deebo Samuel has made it clear that he isn't backing down. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.